What's up everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto Reviews and welcome to a much needed new video, and this time we'll talk about Ether.fi, alright? New token that just launched on all the major exchanges, and it's gaining massive volume already. Not a very much anticipated launch, but it's a pretty big launch, alright? Launching on all the exchanges like this instantly in the matter of, well, how long has it been online? Like 2 hours, instantly gaining $250 million. That means a lot. I think it listed on Binance even later, but yeah, not much anticipated, even though airdrop farmers, because they do have an airdrop, they did anticipate it a bit, and there were some shenanigans where if you just deposited a lot of Ethereum like a week ago, which Justin Sun from the Tron blockchain did, you got a massive allocation of the supply. So that's a bit, just to start off, I think that's a bit negative. But in general, there's definitely potential. So that's what I wanted to talk about. In general, should you buy this? So we will have a look at the price. But the thing is that from this price, you cannot, from this price action, you cannot say much, all right? So we will mostly focus on the market cap, similar projects, and see whether it has some potential in relation to those. But let's get right into it. So ETHFI, basically what it is, in general, it's just a re-staking protocol, or again, all right? So you can stake your Ethereum, you can gain yield on that, and you get ETH, all right? So that's a liquid staking token that you can use for decentralized finance, etc. So you can also gain yield on that. So in that sense, it's very much similar to all the other liquid staking platforms out right now. So it's not necessarily special, but they do some things that are quite interesting. I mean, first of all, the airdrop is always right now. It's not anymore necessarily right now. But airdrop projects have done quite well in the past. If we think about Manta, for example, if we talk about Altlayer, if we talk about Celestia, which is already some time ago, but still, they all rallied at some point of time after launch, all right? So that's also, at this point of time, what I expect from ETHFI, even though it is a bit dependent on what Bitcoin and Ethereum do, but we'll talk about that later. And one thing they do very interestingly, and that's also their point of difference, is that you can earn yields on your ETH and your WETH. It's diversification, and they probably have a lot of rewards and boosts, etc. right now, so that's all interesting. But what's also interesting is that you can actually run a node as a solo staker. And I don't think it's my job to talk about the technicals of this, but what they allow you to do is they actually allow you to, with only 2 Ethereum, with a 2 Ethereum bonds, they allow you to become a validator on the Ethereum blockchain and Ethereum network. So that's quite interesting. And that's also with this, where you don't even have to pay the 2 ETH bond, but they basically, I believe how it works is they basically use your bandwidth and they use your power to let you mine Ethereum or let you validate for Ethereum, and then they take a portion of the rewards. And they do have a big treasury, which that will probably be added to. So in general, I do think like this is a differentiator, and it's quite interesting for people like you and I, or at least personally, I do want to run an Ethereum validator at some point of time. Could be interesting, but that's in short what ETHFI is. That doesn't matter that much. I mean, here you can see their roadmap. I usually don't care that much about it. So at this point of time, also has a ton of funding, by the way, by some major venture capitals like Arrington, North Island, Consensus, Coin Fund. They raised a lot of money, like they raised over $30 million. So you can already see the storm in the background. A lot of the tokens go to the investors, which I never like. But that's just the truth for ETHFI as well. And it doesn't necessarily mean that the price cannot rally. So at this point of time, we're at a market cap of about $400 million. That's quite a lot. But if you compare that, for example, with a recently launched airdrop at Altlayer, that has been at a 600 million market cap for quite often. So that means that a 50% rally for ETHFI is still very much possible. And I do agree with that. Like I said, it does depend on the market as well, what Bitcoin does, will Bitcoin still be bullish, etc. But in general, I do think that there's a potential for an ETHFI rally at some point of time if we just look at what it is If we talk about the airdrop tokens, which usually those airdrop projects tend to do quite well. And if you look at the market cap, I do think that there's a room for some sort of a rally as well. All right, 400 million is definitely not nothing, but there's definitely still potential in there. So then we need to talk about some other things regarding the tokenomics. All right, so now you know what the project is, you know why it has potential, you know the market cap, so you know how high it can go. 50%, maybe 100% rally is possible if we get bullish confirmation. All right, and I do want to stress that Bitcoin right now is not the strongest it's ever been. You do need some sort of momentum build up and then a big bullish breakout, and then we can rally. I'm not telling you that it will rally right now. I don't know. It's dropping quite a bit, you know, and maybe in these circumstances, everybody who got the airdrop just sells it instantly. So at some point of time, I think it can rally, but for now, you just need to wait for it to find balance, all right? Wait for it to settle down at a price, consolidate there, and then from that consolidation, if the open interest goes up, because ETHFI will be traded on all the futures exchanges as well, if the open interest goes up, we get a bullish breakout, then we can rally. But I'll keep you updated on that. And lastly, and perhaps most importantly, the tokenomics. Here you can see them. This I don't like, all right? And just in general, it's a project. The project is fine, but it's not a project necessarily that I think I will invest in for the long term. At least at this part of the at least right now, it doesn't seem that way. Here you can see the tokenomics. I mean, treasury 27%. That's quite positive. Usually projects with a heavy treasury tend to do well. Partnership 6%, fine. 11% to user airdrops. That's nice. And the first will be 6% in season 1. But then the investors and core contributors in total, more than 55%. That's just ridiculous. All right. Honestly, I mean, 32.5% to the investors. They do some good things with the project, but that's just making them rich. All right. I'm not even sure at which price. All right. I just closed my entire tabs. So what I wanted to say, I'm not sure at what price they actually were able to buy, but it's much lower than the price it's at right now. So they'll make a lot of money on that. They'll sell their tokens eventually. I actually should have I should have looked it up. Maybe I can still do it real quick right here. If I look at tokenomics, because what is true as well is that the distribution schedule, so when they'll get their tokens, that's not too bad, right? I mean, most of them will get their tokens somewhere in 2025. So initially there is room for a rally for sure. It's just that eventually it's going to be sold off a lot. So I don't like that, but in general, it should not be, it will not prevent some sort of a rally. So those are my thoughts. In general, quite positive. We'll definitely keep an eye on it. If you do have any questions about it, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.